Hello, hello, and welcome to A Life More Boaty. We are here today with the guys and girls at Ancasta Marine to have a look at this rather lovely Beneteau Swift Trawler 48. Now, I'm a big fan of these. I think I've got pretty much every other Swift trawler on the channel for you to have a look at. But just such a capable boat, very, very voluminous because of the vertical sides of all of the superstructure. There's a ton of space on board. And it's just designed to get on board, stow all your stuff on board because there is tons of stowage here, and head off to wherever you want to go. So start on the bathing platform as always, completely high-low. So this bathing platform you can hydraulically raise and lower. Obviously it's designed for dinghy storage, so these little chaps here, these chocks chock up and give you a V, one here and one there. You can adjust them accordingly, so you can put your dinghy on there and then hydraulic it in and out of the water. Big locker over here, which is hiding very, very capable swim ladder. Big cleats on both sides, but really beamy boat as well. Two-part sea gate, so you can close this gate off to stop people, children, dogs, whatever, falling out the back. And actually, while we're here, this is quite clever. So this is obviously a decent, it's not the biggest aft cockpit you're ever going to find on a 50 foot boat, but it's very, very capable. But to get a bit more space, you can put your foot down on this tag here and effectively slide that across there like that. So if I go over the other side here, you'll notice now that we have a lot more space. So you can put the table in here if you want to, because underneath here are two absolutely massive lazarettes. Just going to open this up and show you, because this is a mid-engine boat, so she's mid-engine boat on shafts. So there you go, absolutely vast lazarette, Fischer Panda generator in there, battery systems, tons and tons of stowage, and that goes an incredible distance back, and as you can see also goes over there as well. So there's lots and lots of storage in there. If I drop that back down, it's on incredible struts, very hard to do with one hand. Drop that down, fold those back in for them. So as I say, there is a second one over there. I am just going to pull that back. While we're outside, over here, really nice CUMMINS joystick controller, because I say she's on CUMMINS engines, which we'll have a look at on the way out. But yeah, really, really capable. And because you've got this big overhang from the flybridge extension, it's really protected in the back here. You can zip it in, as you can see over there, with the cushions with the covers, to make it completely watertight. So we will have a look inside first. And again, really nice to see this glazing folds right the way across. That leads you straight in to this aft galley layout. I say engines are down here, we will peek at those on the way out. But bearing in mind this boat's designed to spend a lot of time on, it's really nice that it comes with full-size domestic fridge, freezer in there, Miele oven and hob, oven and grill, 3-burner gas hob, more storage above us here. He says in there, and then another selection of cupboards and bits and pieces. Really decent sized sink, lovely Corian worktop with Corian backsplash, and then over here we have a really big run of storage, so sort of sideboards, nice illuminated glass storage unit up there, and I think it's the same in here. So here, this is all fiddled out for your crockery and bits and pieces, because bearing in mind this is, as I say, designed to take you places with everything you need on board. Sensible amount of hull glazing, not extreme but really practical, and again nice practical touches like these grab rails so you can move yourself along the boat as you're going around. So if we then flow forwards naturally, we'll find we get ourselves to this really decent dinette, nicely raised as well, so it's benefiting from those lovely views out. Twin legs on this table, so this table, as you would imagine, folds out, but really neat, because when you're trying to move through the boat, that table, actually if I fold it out, does take up quite a lot of space. So So you wouldn't want this table folded out if you were at sea, because it really does impede your movement through the boat. But folded back, again, if people are still sitting over here, they've still got somewhere to put their coffees or their food. And again, that converts into a really neat grab handle. And then over to the helm station. I'm going to start with this helm seat. So this helm seat is multi-movable, so you can move it up and down, you can move it backwards and forwards, you can pivot it round. So the helm seat effectively can pivot round, drop down, and then when this table folded across, you've got seating all the way around this table. Also, the other thing that's really great is the size of this side helm door. Gives you the ability to step straight out onto the side deck. You can go through that door, and you've got cleats both sides, making it really, really easy to get in and out. Because this is very much a trawler style yacht, it's got a vertical ship's wheel. She's on Cummins engines, which we'll have a look at on the way out. Joystick controller, couple of Garmin screens. I apologise about the phasing. Hydraulic proportional bow thruster, autopilot, usual selection of carling switches, trim tabs, and this is really nice to see. Tells you which way your rudders are pointing. And again, there's more storage in here. I believe there's a pop-up TV in here. Yeah, there isn't, but there can be. Now what we're going to do is head forwards into this forward cabin. So this is effectively the master. Decent size double berth in there. Plenty of headroom. You can see above us here is an escape hatch, and that will throw some extra light in. You'll also see natural light is coming in through that glazing. And then there's plenty of storage around, cupboards on both sides, nicely lit, and storage above both the port windows on both sides. And if I then shut this door, you'll see behind the door here we have the ensuite heads. Very, very nice. So completely independent shower with perspex door, self-draining, nice little seat in there as well, and then there's a nice Korean sink, vanity unit, good old-fashioned standard vacuum flush loo, little opening port light, but equally nice bit of ventilation above to let the steam out. So if we shut that door, head back here, and then we have the next door, which is the shared heads for the rest of the boat. So this is shared with the two cabins and the people during the day, but again, decent size, lovely Korean sink again, mirror, independent self-contained shower, which is always great to see, keeps the floor dry, lots of opening portholes, vacuum flush loo, and if I take a step back here, loads and loads of floor space as well. And that is, or that has direct access from the other cabin, which we're going to go and look at from the other door. So we go and look at that first. You can see in here this is made out to be 2 single beds, but as always, anyone who's familiar with this will know that you can probably infill that cushion and make that a very large double berth. Again, loads and loads of headroom. Light coming in from those hull windows. If I turn my camera around, look, you can see I'm 1.70 m, there's plenty of headroom there. Again, another decent size hanging wardrobe, and there you go, there's the proof in the pudding. There are those infill cushions, and then behind us here, behind the door, is then that door we looked at from that shared heads. And I say that heads is then shared with cabin number 3 or 2, depending on how you look at it. Again, lots of storage as you come in here. Nice big locker in there, in fact. And that's quite nice. I think someone's forgot to put the back of the cupboard in, but it does give you access to the wiring and the plumbing. Little step down. So before we step down, there is still loads and loads of headroom. One step down, still an insane amount of headroom there, and equally under the bed. So 75-80% of the bed's got really good headroom. There is a little tuck under there, the helm station, and then underneath here, I sit on the step, you can see that goes all the way back over there. So 2 storage cupboards at the back, or there might be access points actually. Power over there. There's some more cupboards in here as well, look. What's in here? Oh, there you go. 240 volt trip. So plenty of headroom. As I go back to what I said when we were outside, those sheer sides really do give it an incredible amount of space in here. So that is the inside. I'm going to put my shoes on, I think, because it's just started to rain, and then we'll have a look around the decks, and then we'll go up on the flybridge. So nice thing about these trawlers is they have very, very wide side decks. So they're really easy to manoeuvre around, and they have this wind door. So if you're at anchor, the boat always faces into the wind. So the wind comes charging down here, which really makes it uncomfortable if you're sitting in the back here, because you get this big draft coming through. So you can shut this gate off like so, and it just stops the wind buffeting around the back of the boat. So if we move forward here, past the door we saw there, past this lovely glass sliding door we saw from the helm station, 2 steps up, takes us onto the foredeck. Lovely big foredeck, covered up today, obviously those cushions because it's starting to rain, and then you can see those access points we saw, windows we saw from the heads. Anchor locker down here with tons and tons of chain. That noise you can hear over there is somebody docking their Fairline 50, I think, or 45. But you can see how purposeful she is. Those big windscreens, those big sheer side decks. So here you go, we'll head back down. The other thing which is really nice, see this extension that comes out here? That becomes part of a covered walkway. So you can come out of the helm station here, special slip on down the side here to get yourself up onto the flybridge. So we're just going to head up onto the flybridge now.
On a boat. Very practical. They are.
So once you get up here, there's a large amount of free space at the back, covered a little bit from the overhang. There's then a wet bar over here. So you've got your ubiquitous Kenyan grill, little sink there as well, and then some additional storage and a fridge in here and a bin. If I go back a little bit further here, you can then see pretty much everything out beyond the back of that barbecue grill is covered. But if it's a lovely day, you have got this fabric folding sunroof, so you can open that up to let the sun flood in here. But what a great entertaining space. I'm really sorry if you can hear that guy. There's a guy over there pressurized washing his Princess V60. Look over there. Sorry about that if you can hear it. If you can't, don't worry. So yeah, great dining space, entertaining space, big fold out table there. This seat, as you would imagine, folds back the other way so it can be a forward facing seat. There's a little companion seat over there that does the same. Then a pedestal captain's chair. But what a great captain's chair, because you are pretty much completely in the middle of the boat. A couple of Raymarine MFDs there. Paired engine display, throttle and gear shift controllers, joystick controller, trim tabs, slightly smaller, more sort of angled ship's wheel there, and then things like your autopilot and your controllers for the displays, and then really good view forward. Actually, I did mention that we would have a look at the engine, so I'm just going to drop downstairs and see if we can steal a look. If you're not a person that's interested in the engines, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Do please like and subscribe, and we will quickly have a peer in the engine. So here we go, let us have a look at the engines. It's a mid-engine boat, so we'll open this hatch here to gain access to the engine bay. And here we go. She's powered by Cummins, as I mentioned earlier. There are a couple of engine options on this vessel. So the standard engines that we've got are the 425s. There is a slightly smaller engine option of 380s if you wanted that. The standard 425 is going to give you 15 to 18 knot cruise and a 25 knot max speed. Now the interesting thing about the cruising speed is you're going to get 74 litres per hour from both engines. So that's really, really efficient for a boat of this size. Plenty of room, lots and lots of easy access to these engines. If I turn around, you can see raw water strainers in there, and then the battery boxes all the way over there. So there you go, we'll finish up there and say thank you very much for Ancasta for letting us have a look around the boat. Hope you've liked it. Do please like and subscribe. And we've got loads of other videos. As I mentioned, I've got pretty much every one of the Beneteau trawler yachts on the channel. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time round.